albums that never found an audience. We try to give them a second chance. And based on all the buzz the record has got, you've seen that, right?
During its finest moments, to twist a Brian Wilson phrase, Dreamin' Wild is a godlike symphony to teenhood.
Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Well, heck, let's celebrate.
You got a gift. You gotta use it. I believe in you boys.
New York Times want to do a story on you guys.
Are you kidding me?
And now he wants it to be the kickoff for a tour.
It's so weird to have this now, and I'm not sure what to do with all of it.
I have spent my whole life trying to make music. It's just fun for you. It's not just fun for me.
Feels so good walking side by side.
When we made that album, we were so happy. Just didn't know anything about the world. Things were a lot easier when I was a teenager. I'm just sorry, Dad, for putting you through all of it.
You're my son. I would have gladly given up all the land just to hear you play.
Wow, that's part of the trailer for the new movie Dreamin' Wild, starring Casey Affleck, Zooey Deschanel, Walter Goggins, and Beau Bridges. The film follows the story of two brothers, Donnie and Joe Emerson, who made their 1979 album of the same name by themselves when they were teenagers in rural Washington state. Their music failed to turn a profit originally, but was rediscovered online 32 years later and found new success after the music site Pitchfork called it a godlike symphony to teenhood.
It's extraordinary.
What
Donnie
a story.
And Joe join us now, also with us, Donnie's wife, Nancy. I don't even know how to begin with this.
This is
as
so
a guy
good.
that grew up doing music and having the dream that you guys achieved.
Artistic redemption.
30 years later, it's so overwhelming. Tell us about it.
Well, Joe, you got the excitement like I did when it kind of broke loose. It's surreal, exhilarating. I am completely blessed. God has blessed us big time. It's an amazing journey.
So, Rev, they listened to music on AM radio. That's all they had. In small town outside of Spokane, they'd listen to AM radio, and they would hear songs by Marvin Gaye and other R&B people. They had no idea whether they were black or white. They were on the farm listening, and they just started writing songs, and it became an addiction. And their dad literally sold part of the farm to build a studio. And here we are, like tens of millions of streams later.
No, it's an amazing story, and it brings me back to days I used to go around with James Brown, who was like a father to me. And you'd meet all these people that had a love for music like they had, that never thought about being commercially successful. And I think that is what is so exhilarating about this movie and story. Don, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Was it that you wanted to be, you and your brother wanted to be stars, or you just wanted to be musicians and get your music out there? Because I sense from reading the story, hearing the background of the movie, that you weren't dreaming of Hollywood, you were just dreaming of getting your music out there.
I just love music, Reverend. It was everything to us out there. There's not a lot to do out there on the farm. You know, I grew up in 13 kids in my class. As the movie talks about, I'm listening to music on the radio in our tractor, one radio station. I listened to everything from Al Green to Ernest Tubbs.
Wow.
You know, Eddie Arnold. And so it was a great experience, and it was just really about writing music and the bond we had as kids working together. It was a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Joe, you've had a fantastic kind of double play here. You know, the song, the music got kind of rediscovered through the wonders of the internet a decade ago, and now you've got this. There's this movie coming out. I'm kind of curious just to kind of reflect a little bit about how, you know, after the first breakthrough where people started talking about it and hearing it, and Spotify, it's get played hundreds and thousands and millions of times now. All of a sudden, to see this thing brought to life on the big screen. What's that like to see it? It's one thing to hear this song suddenly, a song you've known for a long time, you can find a new audience, but it's another thing to see your story represented up on the silver screen. Talk about that a little bit.
It's a big breakthrough because the whole family has really came together. I mean, from the very beginning, just this whole, you know, years and years of working together, trying to get my brother's music out there. And of course, I was with Don too. So it was, you know, I was a big part of it too. But then I think it's just, it's kind of hard to really put into words.
Hard to put into words. So Nancy, I'll toss the same question to you. What's this been like for you?
Oh, it's been a wonderful ride because I've been with Donnie for 38 years, and we were married, but we're also music partners, songwriters together, and I've enjoyed the ride since I was the first day I met him. We met on a blind date, and ever since then, we both relate to each other through music. We have 2 children that are musicians, Albea and Chance. They're musicians, singers. Thing with us, it's like it keeps carrying on through the family, but it's just a lot of respect. The movie was so done so respectfully by Bill Bolad. Bill just did a wonderful job of respecting our family.
He did.
You know.
Donnie, Nancy, and Joe Emerson, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations.
It's extraordinary. Come back, please. We'd love to have you back and can't wait to see the movie.
The movie Dreamin' Wild is in theaters now, and we should note the film and soundtrack feature an original new song, When a Dream is Beautiful, written and performed by Donnie and Nancy. Thank you all so much for being on the show this morning. And